What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Go Home Ryan, and today we are watching the official teaser trailer for Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic featuring his nephew, Jafar Jackson. Sorry for my voice. My voice is going out. I got kids, and they go to daycare, and so sometimes they cough on you, and it's the worst. But we're here. We're making it happen. I'm really excited for this movie. You know, Michael Jackson, controversial figure, definitely, but you can't deny that his music was super impactful for the way a lot of us grew up. Definitely a lot of us with black parents. You know, my parents are from the Gary area, or at least my mom's side is from the Gary area. And so there's like a real connection there. So I grew up with a lot of Michael Jackson, from Jackson 5 all the way up to, you know, his later stuff as an adult too. So, you know, just really excited to watch this movie, to, you know, witness his story again. And I'm glad that they were able to get his nephew to do it. You know, it feels right for a member of the Jackson family to be the one to tell this narrative, especially because it's so sensitive and there's so much material in that. And so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this teaser trailer. It's pretty short.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this.
And they're talking to us. What a brilliant editing. Just from Jump Street, they're talking to us. We know you've been waiting a long time for this. We know there was a musical on Broadway, but we know you've been wanting the biopic for a minute, ever since it was announced. This isn't the Flex biopic with the white face as Michael Jackson. This isn't that. This isn't That's borderline horror. This isn't that. But we know you've been waiting for it.
The tracks are made, the songs are ready. Let's take it from the top.
Yeah. I appreciate that this is made by the folks who made Bohemian Rhapsody. That was a really respectful biopic of Freddie Mercury. I felt like it did a great job. Rami Malek was fantastic in that role. So excited to see the producers of that come back for this, because I think they're going to do a great job. You know, that's because they did a great job with that movie.
This is your story. Honor your past.
You wanna be starting some.
Embrace the future. That's what people want.
And so I appreciate it. Looks like we're going to be following maybe the central point of this. And, you know, we see on the billboard, or on the, you know, cork board, that maybe the central narrative here will be the making of the Thriller album. You know, because we got, you know, Want to Be Starting Something in the background, you know, or you know, Mama, yeah, the Mama Say Mama Sama Mamusa, right? The famous lyric. And then, you know, of course, them pinning up the different tracks to Thriller. That would make sense to me if we follow like the making of Thriller, and then we have these little vignettes into his life as he's making Thriller, because each of these songs means something to his narrative. That'd be really cool. I'm excited to see how they're going to tell this story. That'd be just, I don't know. We're getting the different shots here. I mean, you have, you know, Jafar Jackson and the actual like Thriller outfit and everything too. It'd just be really cool if that were the central, that were the through line that we could follow as we're going through this. I don't know. Obviously, I'm excited, just as excited as everybody else, but it'd be really cool if that's what the deal was here.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Also, 1-to-1 on the voice. 1-to-1 on the voice. Got the voice down pat. The nose, though, the nose prosthetic, I don't think they needed to do that. Like, Michael Jackson as a kid had a big nose. When he was growing up, he had a big nose. He had a Negro nose. I got a Negro nose. My side profile is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think they necessarily needed to put this prosthetic on Jafar Jackson. I think they could have left his nose alone and just let it be what it was. I get why they did it. Probably wanted to show the juxtaposition between like older Michael to newer Michael as we traverse his life. If we're getting past the Thriller section of his life, I imagine we will. But if we do get past the Thriller section of his life, I imagine they want to you know, show some of that. But they could have left his nose alone. And this teaser was built up to where like we are like anticipating seeing his face for the first time. You know, we get like small glimpses, right? Like example in this Thriller cut or whatever, we see it here, but you know, this whole trailer we don't really get a good glimpse at Michael. We get, you know, the gang members, you know, what the Michael was a Crip. We get, you know, some of the vitiligo episodes here. You know, he's having to put the makeup. I imagine we're gonna deal with his struggle with vitiligo. You know, so we get like a glimpse, like a small glimpse of his face, but not like a real full glimpse of his face. And then they finally do the face reveal, and they got this like prosthetic, and I just don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. But you know, everything else that they've shown so far, I mean, feels good. It's just the prosthetic on his face. I don't know why they did that to Michael. I don't know why they did it to him. But you know, we're here. We're gonna watch the movie anyway. I'm gonna be sad, to be honest with you. It don't matter one way or another.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
Yeah. Yeah. April 24th, I'm gonna be there. I might even go see it in IMAX. I see they could have just left his nose alone. I think here, I think that looks like his natural nose. You know, with some makeup on the side, obviously to like contour it to make it look pointier. That would have been fine. I think they would have been okay. Maybe, you know, without the contours. I think he has like a great nose. I think that would have been okay. I appreciate in here that we get like a little bit of the glimpse of, you know, we get the moonwalk glimpse in here. That's really cool. You get a shot in here too that happens real quick. I don't know if you remember the video. There's this video. Michael comes out on stage and he's just standing there. He's standing there, not saying nothing. Doesn't say nothing. Doesn't look at it. Just looking out into the crowd, and everybody is losing their minds. Everyone is losing their minds, and you have people passing out, and just we've never seen a superstar that large since Michael Jackson passed away. We've never seen a superstar that large before Michael Jackson. You could argue with the Beatles, but the Beatles didn't have people passing out at the fact that he was just literally standing on stage. I think Michael Jackson probably biggest artist of our era, biggest artist of our time, and of all time. Really, to be honest with you, I think people still know who Michael Jackson is in like the far reaches and corners of the world. You don't really have that with the Beatles. You don't really have that with Beyonce, and they're great artists too in their own right. It's just Michael was just doing the thing, and so I'm glad we're getting like the Michael hysteria in here too. That we get to see some of that because it really was such a prominent part of who he was as a person and the legacy that he carried. But I don't know. I'm super excited about it. You let me know how you feel. What do you think about the teaser trailer? What do you think about that nose prosthetic? Are you excited to see the movie? Are you going to be sat in April with me and so many other people that grew up with Michael Jackson and grew up with his songs? Are you going to be ready for that? Let me know how you feel in the comments. We can talk about it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's been Go Home Ryan. Later, Gators.